Hi everyone, my name is Thomas Kim. Today is September 17th, 2019. This is my second episode about the C++20 standards concept. In this episode, we will learn how to define and use concept. More specifically, we will answer to these questions. First, what is a concept in C++? And second, what's the use of the concepts? Without further ado, let's get started. Start Visual Studio 2019. Please note that I updated my Visual Studio to preview version 4. Click File, New, Project, select C++, Windows, Desktop, search for console. Select console app, run code in Windows terminal, prints hello world by default. Click next. Solution name, O2, define and use solution. Project name, define and use concepts. Click create. View Solution Explorer. Click this pin. Right click. Properties. Select all configuration, all platform. Click C++, General. Edit. Click this button. CPP. Extension. dir, hit enter. Then your folder path should be resolved like this. If your folder path does not resolve like this, then you have to watch my previous episode. Click OK. Click Apply. Select language, C++ language standard, preview feature from the latest C++ working draft. Click Apply. Click OK. I will remove this part and I will also delete it. Include talk, play, fun, output, HPP, include concepts, namespace, types, talk, play, fun, types, talk, play, fun, S stream, auto, and there, talk, play, fun, and there. If we combine type list and type list functions with C++20 concept, then we can create really cool C++ program. Sadly, type list and type functions for type list are not included in C++ standard. So I created my own type libraries. Void test type list functions. Using ints, we define integral types like this: types, type list, short, unsigned short, int, unsigned int, long, unsigned long, long, unsigned long. So I defined the type list for integral type ints. Then we can display the contents of ints like this: custom integer list, ints, and there. Also, I predefined type list for integral type. Predefined integers. types integer list. Now we will call this function like this. Paste it here. Now press Ctrl F5. So custom integer list short, unsigned short, blah blah blah. I just defined like this. And this is predefined integer list. They are exactly the same. I close it. If you need character type, unsigned character 2, you can create your own type list like this. Ctrl F5 once again. Then this new type list, character, unsigned character included in custom integer list. Using this type list, we can test like this. Stream is character in the ints. We can test like this. Types is type in list. Okay. Then we provide character and we are testing this type list. And also I copied once again is character in the integer list T. Then it should be, I copy this type list like this. Now press Ctrl F5. In case of first question, is character in the ints list true? Because character is included here. In the second question, is character in the integer list T false? Because character type is not in this list. Okay? So in this case, we can also do like this. Instead of doing this, I created a predefined functions is integer v character. Okay. Then in this case, Ctrl 5. Now see, these two results are the same. Okay. If I provide another one, copy, paste is double. Like this. And I will create another one. Is long. Ctrl F5. So is long in the integer list true? Is double in integer list false? I hope you understand how to use these type functions because we are going to use it. Now we understand how to use types is integer v type function. We can now define a concept like this. Template, type name, type. Now we use keyword concept. Okay. Then integer type. This is concept name. This is concept name. And here types is integer v. We provide type like this. Don't forget semicolon here. So this is a concept name. This is template parameter, and we use this predicates. Okay, so we use type list here. Our first question is, what is a concept? Okay, I will give you the definition. A concept is a template. So this is template. Then it returns true or false. This concept, integer type, is a concept that returns true or false. So a template predicate that defines this concept, integer type, defines constraints on its template argument type, on its template argument. So a concept is a template predicate that defines constraints on its template argument type in this case. Okay, this is template argument. Now our next question is, what's the use of a concept, or how can we make use of concepts in C++ programming? Now I will answer this second question like this. I create a template function. I use this type name, integer type. Wow, this is concept and type. Then type factorial. I create a function called factorial constrained parameter syntax. I named this function factorial constrained parameter syntax here, type n. Now this function is factorial like this. If n less than or equal to 1, we simply return 1 or n, whatever. Else return n times, we call it recursively. Actually, I don't like recursion in this case, but it's simpler, n minus 1. So we defined a factorial function. Now we test this function, void test constraint factorial like this. Please note that we use this concept. We use concept integer type to enforce requirements over the function template. In this case, this template function on its template parameter type. In this case, type. So we use concept to enforce requirements of the function template factorial constrained this function on its template parameter type, this type. If this type is one of the integral type included in this integer type list, then this function is valid. If this type is not integer, then this function is invalid. Then we can test like this. String 5 factorial equals, now we call this function like this, 5, and there. Okay, now we call this function. I copy it, I copy and pasted it here. I will disable this function. Now press Ctrl F5. Wow, 5 factorial is 120. It works perfectly. Now let's try this. I will copy this, paste it, 5.0. This is double. Okay, if the type is double, and I will disable this part. Now press Ctrl F5. No, it doesn't work. Because 5.0, this is type double. When type is double, then this concept is used to test each type. It is not in the list. It becomes false. Okay? It returns false if type is double. If it returns false, then this function disappears, does not exist. If type is double. Only when type is included in this list, integer list, this function is valid. Now I will copy this part once again and I will disable it. Now we say long ll. Okay, long is an integer list. So if we press Ctrl 5, because ll is in integer list, this function works. I hope you understand how we can use this concept. I will fix some wording here. We use concept integer type to enforce requirements over the function template factorial's constrained parameter syntax by constraining its template parameter type. Save it. Please watch this part carefully. So this is type parameter. It is type anyway. Okay, it will be resolved type. Then integer type is a type that describes type. Once again, integer type is a concept. This concept describes type. So Thomas Kim's definition for concepts. Concepts are smart meta type. Data about data is called metadata. Type about type is metatype. So concepts are type over type, so metatype, but it is smart, intelligent. If one of your friends asks you about what is concept in C++ standards, then answer him, concepts are smart metatype. If he or she still doesn't understand, then say, watch Thomas Kim's video. I will upload the complete source code to my website. By the time you watch this video, you can click this link and download the complete source code. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.